Hey guys, it's Joe, and it's time for Pikkit with Joe. I hope everyone's having an incredible start to their Wednesday morning. It's been a great day so far. I hope you guys have had a good one as well. We've got 2 games on the ice tonight, and I'm sure they will not disappoint. We saw the Dallas Stars pull off the win last night over the Seattle Kraken. I didn't see that one coming. I really did expect more out of the Seattle Kraken, but that Dallas Stars team, I tell you, they came out on absolute fire, winning last night 6-3. Now, the nice thing is we've got the Seattle Kraken's team total to the over. McCann back on the ice for that game. So the Dallas Stars still in this series. Now, the Carolina Hurricanes absolutely blew out the New Jersey Devils 6-1 win there. They really answered back. The Devils just were completely flat on the ice after dominating in the last one. But we got 2 games on the board today. We're going to talk about these games, give you my best bets. Shout out to you, John and Matt. Thanks for being here today. Okay, let's look at tonight's games. We have the Toronto Maple Leafs taking the Florida Panthers and the Vegas Golden Knights taking on the Edmonton Oilers. So the first one kicks off at 7 o'clock Eastern with Toronto in an elimination spot tonight versus the Florida Panthers. They came out completely flat in this series. The Florida Panthers absolutely dominating over them. So this is game 4. If the Panthers win tonight, they will be advancing on, and Toronto will be headed out golfing. Now looking at the Toronto Maple Leafs, Joseph Woll is confirmed in goal as their goalie Samsonov did go out with injury. So Woll comes in here. He went 6-0 on the season. He has a 2.16 goals against average with a .932 save percentage. So he is a solid goalie, but not the starting goalie. We did see what the Devils did with Smid coming up and in for them, replacing Vanacek when Vanacek was struggling in that series versus the Rangers. So Woll's ability to come in here nice and strong is there. Do I think it happens tonight? He could have an outstanding night. But my problem is what we've seen out of Toronto so far. Toronto is being completely dead in the water in this series. And when we just look at them, they're 4 core forwards. Austin Matthews in the series versus the Tampa Bay Lightning had 5 goals, 4 assists, and 9 points. In the series versus the Florida Panthers here, he has 0 goals, 2 assists, and 2 points. John Tavares, 4 goals, 4 assists, and 8 points versus the Tampa Bay Lightning. Versus Florida, 0 goals, 0 assists, 0 points. Mitch Marner versus Tampa, 2 goals, 9 assists, 11 points versus Florida, 0 goals, 1 assist, 1 point. William Nylander, 2 goals, 5 assists, 7 points versus the Lightning, and 0 goals, 1 assist, and 1 point versus the Florida Panthers. This core 4 are the players everyone is counting on to come alive in these games. Expected it last game. They still didn't come alive. I put money on Austin Matthews and Mitch Marner for their ability to get the points on the board. Still not able to do it. I'm not counting on any of them tonight. I really do think you could probably look at Austin Matthews' shots on goal. That's coming in at 4.5 at -105 to the over. Mitch Marner, his assist is way too juiced for a player who's only got 1 assist so far in this series. I'm not laying -175. So the book's really expecting Toronto to come back and get a win here. I don't see it, you guys. So there's a couple ways I'm going to play this. So you can play the safe way. I think the safest way to play this game is looking at the Panthers team total. You can take their team total over 3.5. That's at +114. I think they hit Woll, and I think they hit him hard. I do see this being a higher scoring game, so you can look at that over if you think Toronto is going to help add to those goals on the board. But Bobrovsky has been absolutely incredible. I'm looking for him to stand on his head again. The Florida Panthers want to close it out, and they want to close it out hard tonight. Now, Toronto unable to capitalize on the power play in the last game because Florida, no penalties. The Florida Panthers, though, were able to capitalize when Toronto went to the box. They got 1 power play goal out of 2 power plays that they were on. Both these teams coming out just as physical as the other. The Florida Panthers able to get more shots on goal at 29 shots on goal in the last game. Sam Reinhart put it away in overtime, getting that goal for the Florida Panthers, getting them that win. So I can see another game in which we see the goals coming in. I don't think it's a lower scoring. 3-2 the last game. That was an OT. 3-2 game 2 and 4-2 game 1. I expect this one to be 4-3, 4-2 style game. I do expect it to go over. I think we could have that possibility of an empty netter. I wouldn't take the under. I just wouldn't, because the possibility of the empty netter is too strong. This total coming in at 6.5. So this one, Florida, give me Florida, get 4 goals. Over 3.5 goals in this one is plus 114. And I'm going to be honest, if I'm going to take the Florida Panthers in any way, I won't just take money line at minus 105. I'm going to sprinkle, instead of just taking the money line, sprinkle on the reverse puck line. They're coming in as the underdog. We can reverse that puck line, take the Florida Panthers minus 1.5 at plus 220. I would rather put my money there than just straight up money line, because they're either winning this by 2 goals or they're going to lose this game. I don't see this being one where they win by just 1 goal. We got the possibility of the empty netter. I think if Florida does what they've been doing in this series and they're up in that third period, we're going to see Joseph Woll get pulled early. The possibility of those empty netters and everything is so extreme in this one. So give me the Florida Panthers reverse puck line, minus 1.5 at plus 220. You guys know I'm all over that plus value. Now, lots of people talking about Matthew Tkachuk taking him under his shots on goal because he just hasn't been getting the shots, but he's still been getting the goals, you guys. I would rather take him for the goal instead of the shots as well, because looking at what the defense of the Leafs did, they did hold to 29 shots on goal in the last game, only allowing those. So I do think it's a nice way to look at the anytime goal. Montour, we know how strong he has been. He is one of the better players of the Florida Panthers that no one is talking about. So looking at Montour's points, goals, shots on goal tonight, I think would be the last one I'd play, but I'd definitely play his points. I think it's a good way to look. So that's what I'm liking. Let's go, Panthers. Let's look for this series to end. I just want it to end, you guys. And I'm sorry to all the Montreal fans, the Toronto fans out there. I know Montreal fans will be rooting against them, but I do feel for the Toronto Maple Leafs, but they just have not shown up this series. Kev, a shout out to you too. And Joe, yeah, a letdown for sure by the Kraken last night. Larry, let's make some freaking money. So glad to see each and every one of you here. The last game on the board, you guys, we have, the Vegas Golden Knights taking on the Edmonton Oilers. Minus 180 here for the Oilers, plus 155 for Vegas. I would love to sit here and say we're going to do what we did in the last game and hit Vegas on that money line and make beautiful plus money. I can't see it tonight. I think Edmonton does answer back, ties up this series. This is a 2-1 lead for the Vegas Golden Knights right now. This is game 4 tonight, and I think Edmonton gets it. But at minus 180, can I hit Vegas or Edmonton? No way. The value is on Vegas, but I do think off an embarrassing loss in that third game at home for the Edmonton Oilers, that we see the Edmonton Oilers come to life in this game. I'm going to take their team total again. Liking these team totals here. Edmonton's team total over 3.5. The books think it's going to hit as well. It's minus 145. You guys, it's so much juice, but I think it's the only way that I can take a bet on a side is looking at Edmonton's team total. Could Edmonton score 4 goals and still lose this? Absolutely. So I'm not going against that. If I had to take straight up, you guys know I would put some money on Vegas instead of Edmonton just because of the value. But I do think Edmonton answers back. They cannot have another game in which they completely stumble. Edmonton got the first goal of the last game. They got it nice and fast and early within that first 5 minutes. And then Vegas kept them off the scoreboard. And we saw Brossoit leave the ice. Aiden Hill come out. Aiden Hill will be in goal tonight. Stuart Skinner on the other side of the puck. We look at Vegas. They won that first game. They won the last game 5-1. And they won game 1 6-4. So Edmonton was held to 1 goal last game. They got 4 goals in the first game. And in the second game that Edmonton won, it was a 5-1 game. So we saw those roles reversed between game 2 and game 3. Vegas has been the more physical team in the last game. 33 shots on goal for Vegas. And Edmonton, the more physical. And they dominated, actually, the physical side. Edmonton, 50 hits versus Vegas's 25. So I do think this is one where Edmonton comes back. Connor McDavid, 2+ goals, plus 410. Why not? And I agree with you. I really do think Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl really were held off of things in the last game. Draisaitl over 3.5 shots on goal, I think is straight money. Connor McDavid for the anytime goal, Leon Draisaitl for the anytime goal. We know both of these players will be looking to get on the scoreboard in this one. They were absolutely embarrassed in that last game. Now, you could also look at Jonathan Marchessault's over half a point tonight. That's coming in at -110. He's been getting the goals for Vegas. I do like the over 1.5 in the first period. You're going to lay a lot of juice. Buy it up to over 2. You're getting that around +105. I like over 2 goals. We saw 3 goals in the last one, and we sweat that one, though, you guys. It came down to the very last minute that Vegas got that third goal to push us over the 2. I like the both teams to score. You guys know I love that bet in the first period. That's always getting you positive return. Both of these teams will be coming out so hard and fast to start this game. This is going to be a highly intensive offensive game, leaning to that over. So looking at shots on goal on this one, Jack Eichel over 3.5 shots is coming in at -110, and Jack Eichel for an assist is at +104. I do like both of those. Connor McDavid, he is juice like you guys were saying. You really have to take him for 2+ goals for any value. You can get him at an assist or over 2 assists tonight. Or sorry, over 1.5 assists. So 2 or more assists at +130 for Connor McDavid. You can also look at him over 3.5 shots, but that is a -159. I think there's a great possibility for Connor McDavid to have a killer night. So Larry, your 2+ goals for Connor McDavid, I think, is a very nice way to go. Sprinkle Vegas money line. Yeah, I see, and that's the thing, Kev. I do think I will put a little bit of money on Vegas on that money line as well. I think they have every possibility. We saw them how they play. They'll have to stay out of the penalty box, and that's a recipe for the Vegas Golden Knights, is to stay out of that penalty box. Now, they only got 2 penalties in the last one. Edmonton wasn't able to convert on either penalty. Edmonton was in the box 4 times. Vegas wasn't able to convert. So I do think Vegas has every opportunity of winning. Win or lose, though, I think Edmonton goes over 3.5 goals. I think this one is one of those games where we see 4-5 style game in this. I think both of these teams just explode offensively. And we know that third period and that first period are going to be the highest explosive offensive periods of this series here for these two teams. So both teams to score first period and third period. Anthony, absolutely. I would take both teams to score in the first period and the third period. Both teams to score is normally something I just always hit in that first period, get my pre-bet in. But when I'm doing on in-game live with Sports Grid, we do take those both teams to score in the second and third period. But in this game, definitely that third period, I think, is where it's at. Unless if you guys are watching this game live and all of a sudden we see no goals in that first period, which I would be blown away, I'd look for both teams to score in that second period straight out of the gate. We're going to see those fast goals. So, yeah, Vegas is absolutely doing what they do best. Come in here with some baseball plays, Anthony. I love it. Oakland A's over 8 and 9.5 at home again. I love it, you guys. Tail that one. Oakland, the A's able to get those runs up on the board. The last game I watched, they got 12 runs. Who were they playing? The Reds. It was a crazy game. But look at Jack Eichel. I think Jack Eichel comes in. He gets the points here for the Vegas Golden Knights. Mark Stone as well, and Jonathan Marchessault here for those points. Both teams to score. In that first period, the over 2 in the first period is +105 as well. Leon Draisaitl, his shots on goal, anytime goal. Connor McDavid, I agree. Buy him up to 2+ goals. And Connor McDavid should have a phenomenal night because he's just so juiced otherwise. But you guys, that's it for Puckett with Joe. I want to thank you so much for joining me here. Edmonton, yeah. There's going to be a fast start. I would take, if you're liking any of these players, Leon Draisaitl or Connor McDavid for that first-time goal scorer, you know they're going to get out on that ice and they are going to want to score instantly. I think we see a goal within the first 5 minutes of this game tonight. It's going to be absolutely hell on ice. It's going to be hot as hell. I'm going to go to a pub and watch a pub that definitely has a sound tonight. So you guys, I will be posting on Twitter from the pub. Guys, make sure you join me. Vegas +1 first period. I like it too. That is a nice way to go. But you guys, have a fantastic one. Drop below this video over on YouTube what you're betting, what you're liking today, so everyone can tell you. First 7 minutes, absolutely. I think we see a goal straight out of the gate of this game, right off that original start before the lines change. There is going to be a goal. These two teams, especially Edmonton, looking to punch first in this one. It's going to be a wild game. Could this one go to overtime? It absolutely could. I could see this being 4-4 going to OT. These teams are not going to give up tonight. Vegas really wanting to hold this lead in this series. So you guys, thank you. I will see you all over on Twitter. You can also follow me on Instagram, TikTok, lots of fun things coming out. I do have a couple of NBA plays. You guys, let's ride the Lakers to close it out tonight. I tell you, I really think the Lakers will close it out. Steph Curry, over 5.5 rebounds. There's so much I am liking tonight. Anthony Davis, AD for the Lakers. We know he's going to bring the fire. He's been bringing the fire this series. He is the star of the Lakers right now in my mind. Don't tell LeBron James that. It's not something I want to tell him. Yeah, Anthony to go to overtime +365. I really do think this isn't going to be a blowout. This is going to be a back and forth tight game. The other game, I see the Florida Panthers winning on the puck line. This game, I definitely see this one being tight. Yeah, Curry over 38.5 points and assists. Steph Curry has to go off tonight for the Golden State Warriors not to be eliminated. And even if he does go off, we can still see the Lakers take this. I cannot believe that more people aren't jumping on the Lakers plus the points. I know Steph Curry and Klay Thompson are deadly with their backs up against a wall, but I think the Lakers have way too much strength. D'Angelo Russell, I think, is going to have a strong night too. His points and rebounds is only at 18.5. I'm going to hit that over. Anthony Davis going to hit over 28.5 points and rebounds. Steph Curry over that 28.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Steph Curry over his rebounds is only 5.5, -125 to the over. That should hit. Go Lakers all day. You know we're hitting Jimmy buckets too. You guys, let's go Heat. Can the Heat close it out? I don't know. I got Brunson over. Jalen Brunson over 2.5 3-pointers. That's coming in at +118, and Jimmy Butler over 1.5 3-pointers at +200. Counting on Jimmy buckets. You know we're going to take Bam as well. Over 17.5 points. I'm hitting it. I got to get those bets in, you guys. I want to wish you all the best in all of your bets. Lakers finish it. Do Heat finish it? I don't know if Heat finish it tonight. I hope so. Heat's team total to the over. You guys, all the best in all of your bets. Keep smiling. Thanks for talking a little NBA with me as well. I like it. Brunson over the 28.5 points for Anthony. You guys, let's make some freaking money. I hope you guys cashed the 76ers with me. I really hope that you took my advice on my Sports Grid video yesterday. We got them +250 on that money line. Damn Suns didn't get it done. I had them +210 as well. You guys have a good one. We'll talk later. Bye now.